Is it inappropriate to take a wheelchair accessible seat?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think these are good seats. I mean, as you can see from the whole stage. You think we'll get to see all the action? $136.90? $137 for 2 adults to go to KIDZ BOP?
So 2 KIDZ BOP tickets was $140. That's a lot of money. I don't really have that kind of money because I don't have tons of subscribers yet, so I had to do something to make $140 quickly. It was at that point I remembered my grandma left me some of her jewelry when she passed away. So I took these pieces to a local pawn shop and I sold them for a grand total of $230. Thanks to my grandma, I now had enough money to buy KIDZ BOP tickets.
We're going to KIDZ BOP?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to do this? We're going, baby. So we have 230s to budget. 136.90 is what we use. So this is the amount of money we have for our KIDZ BOP date, thanks to my grandma. May, June, July, 3 months. We're going to see KIDZ BOP. I guess we can go ahead and cut to 3 months from now. All right, guys, it is 3 months later. It's the day of KIDZ BOP. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for months. Let's get going. Let's get to the concert.
So on the way to the concert, we decided to get pumped with some classic KIDZ BOP tunes.
Hey guys, Future Kobe here. In this original section, I just straight up played copyrighted KIDZ BOP music, but I wanted to still show this section, so instead I'm going to show me listening to the KIDZ BOP music, and I'm going to put a song I paid to use in. So, let's go.
Yellow tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide. His face is on a t-shirt and his family's traumatized. I didn't even mean to shoot him, he just caught me by surprise. I reloaded my pistol, cocked it back and shot him twice.
So we decided to stop for some ice cream, because you can't do KIDZ BOP on an empty stomach. So the ice cream plus a tip was $18.63, which, if I do my math correctly, means we have $74.47 left for KIDZ BOP. Thanks to my grandmother.
And before you know it, we arrived. I just want you guys to know that I have a very expensive degree. I went to school for many years and I have a lot of student loan debt.
Yeah, we're walking inside. We're going. We're doing it. It's time for some KIDZ BOP. Are you ready?
The venue was packed with plenty of excited children. We luckily got through the entrance and we were finally inside of KIDZ BOP Live. We walked over to get a drink and there was something there I wasn't expecting to see. Alcohol. I grabbed a Bud Light as well as a Pepsi for my girlfriend.
So I got a beer, and what did you get? KIDZ BOP, more like KIDZ POP.
After that, we had to stop at the merch booth, which had a really long line, but I can't say it wasn't expected because who wouldn't want some sick KIDZ BOP swag?
KIDZ BOP, more like KIDZ Shop. KIDZ BOP, more like KIDZ Cop.
And after 15 minutes, it was my turn to shop.
So the problem is, we only have $37, and all the shirts are too expensive to get. But they do have these sparkling microphones, so I think that's what I'm going to end up getting.
Hi, can I get one of the sparkling microphones?
Yeah, and then it'll ask you for your signature.
How often do adults come without children? Yeah, that would be very scary.
I got my microphone. I took a pic at their photo booth, and then it was finally time to head to our seat. The venue was sold out, but we still had a pretty good view of the stage, despite the fact that we were directly in the hot July sun. So the show was actually supposed to begin at 6 o'clock. So when 6:05 came around, I started to get antsy with anticipation over the concert. 6:10, still no kids. I started to worry that maybe something bad had happened to these kids, like chickenpox or HFMS. Then, at 6:15, this lady came on stage and started talking to us.
How many
this your first concert ever?
Woo!
Oh my goodness, I'm seeing lots of hands. Are you guys excited?
Yeah!
She told us to get the kids to come out, we had to chant for them, which we did.
Kids Bop! Kids Bop! Kids Bop! Kids Bop! Kids Bop! Kids Bop!
Finally, this countdown came on screen, and the crowd started counting down for the arrival of the kids. They opened the show with I'm Good by David Guetta and BB Rexa, and the kids and I both went crazy. They got the crowd to clap along, and when the beat finally reached the crescendo, they broke out some stellar choreography. They started talking to the crowd, who were very receptive. I did get worried that this guy was rushing the stage to attack the kids, but luckily he was just a stagehand. Then they did a couple of original songs, but it was during this that I realized something. No joke, security guards walked past me looking at me like every 2 or 3 minutes. I think they realized I didn't have kids and they were pretty weary of me. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe this was just their normal walking routine, but as you'll see through the video, they were hovering over me pretty much the whole time. They did a Lizzo song, which is probably going to stop now with the recent allegations, and they also had this cool disco ball with a face on the screen, which I spent most of the time recording. They did the song Dance Monkey, which was just dance themed for some reason. We then got to see this girl do a solo acoustic set, which, all jokes aside, she was very talented, and let me tell you, she knew how to play some guitar. It was after that that we got to see the Daddy Dance-Off. In this game, they brought up 4 dads who all had a chance to do a dance to win a prize. The first 2 dads were pretty but the third dad started to bust it down, and won over the crowd in the process. He ultimately won the competition, and won a meet and greet after the show for his family. They ended the first half of the concert with Old Town Road, and despite the watchful eye of security, I wasn't going to let that stop me from having a good time. With that, it was time for an intermission, which I assume was due to some sort of child labor law. I spent all of intermission standing here waiting for the return of the kids. Literally, this stance went on for about 15 minutes. They finally came back, and they did that Shut Up and Dance With Me song. I was so excited that they came back, and were as energetic as ever before. It's safe to say that the crowd was also excited that they came back. Also, during the song, some kids hit this beach ball at me, and I hit it far away from the crowd.
He hit the gritty! Oh! I ruined it!
Then they did this full-blown dance contest, and it was during this contest that it occurred to me that I was a full-grown man alone at a KIDZ BOP concert. My mood quickly shifted from doing a quirky, funny video to wondering what the hell I'm doing with my life. However, I continued onward, experiencing all the singing, dancing, and this kid's solo song, which he gave it his all and had the crowd deep in their feels. During that solo set, the kid did this air hump type beat and finished with this stellar pose. Honestly, there wasn't much for me to talk about in this section. It was just your run-of-the-mill KIDZ BOP live cover songs. I was getting pretty tired, plus I had to poop. They got to their final song and made you believe that the whole thing was over. But as they exited the stage, this kid told them to wait a minute, and then said,
Do you guys want one more song?
and once again, he made us chant,
KIDZ BOP! KIDZ BOP! KIDZ BOP! KIDZ BOP! KIDZ BOP! KIDZ BOP!
They then abruptly started their final song, which was that Can't Stop the Feeling song at the end of Trolls. This got the crowd more excited than any song prior, including me. Listen, don't judge me, it's a good song. They blasted off these confetti cannons, which made the kids in the crowd go absolutely bonkers. The atmosphere was magical, and I couldn't contain myself anymore. I had to get up and show off my excitement. They hit their final poses, and like that, the show was officially over. They took their final bow and drowned in a roar of applause. We ran from our seat immediately and found the nearest bathroom so I could take the poo I had held for 25 minutes.
KIDZ BOP! More like KIDZ PLOP. I took a poop.
Well, we survived KIDZ BOP without children. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but we did it. We ended up having $17 left, so I'm taking that to the liquor store because I definitely need it. I think it's worth the money if you have a child with you, but if you're 2 adults, don't come. But I do want to say one final thank you to my grandmother for allowing such a special night to happen. Grandma, I love you. Rest in peace.
I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change.
Echo, turn on the bathroom light. Vlog entry number 1. Kobe was able to take care of Gorgon, but it's only a temporary fix. When Gorgon returns, he'll be angrier than ever.